Hello friends and welcome. In this video I want to touch on how to select your niche for your digital product / personal brand. I think it's a really important subject because a lot of people go wrong here and they start creating a product that they don't necessarily have experience in or they're not even passionate about in the first place. So they're the two main points that I will touch on first, because I think it's important to select something you're passionate about, because if you think about the amount of content that we're going to need to start creating around a certain niche, if we're not passionate about it, then realistically, how consistent are we going to be over time? Because if you're creating content for the next, let's say 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, are you really going to be passionate about creating content about a niche or a type of product that you're not enjoying, right? You don't do on a daily basis. So I've got this framework called the 5 Ps, and it's essentially passion, problem, promise, product, and promote, which basically means we need to think about passion first. What are we passionate about? Maybe you're passionate about chess. Maybe you're passionate about fitness. Maybe you're passionate about tennis. It could be anything. Whatever you do and you're good at and you've got experience in, you've gone through some sort of transformation in your life. For example, let's say for me, when I was 17 years old, I was extremely skinny and self-conscious about how I looked because I didn't have any muscle. I was quite short and I didn't look good in clothes, and I just wanted to change that. So I started to learn about fitness. I started to learn about gaining muscle, bodybuilding, gym, learning how to train, learning what to eat, learning what supplements to take, all these small things which take a long time to learn because there's so many different aspects of, it's not just about losing weight, right? You need to learn all the individual skills within the fitness niche to be able to build your dream body. So 17, I started going to the gym and I started to learn how to gain weight. So now I'm 31, I'm at a stage where I'm pretty confident with my physique. It's not the best. I could be leaner, I could be bigger. However, I know what to do to improve in those areas, right? I've done fitness and bodybuilding for long enough that I know I've got the skills that if I ever wanted to, I know how to gain weight. I know how to lose fat. So I've gone through that transformation over the last 10 years, and it's taken me a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge and a lot of implementation to actually do that, and a lot of discipline and consistency. However, there is a few things along that journey which took me longer to learn than it could have. So those are things that I could potentially package up and help other people do, right? And that's the point I'm making, because I've lived that experience, because I've been through that journey, I've been through that transformation. I know there's a few key pillars of things that I can teach people to massively speed up their results. And that's the point I'm trying to make. If you've got experience, if you've got skills or knowledge, or you've got passion, maybe you do a sport, maybe you've got a hobby that you're really good at, there's other people out there that will be willing to learn that information off you, as long as you can market yourself properly and display that knowledge you have and package it up into an incredible product that actually helps people. It doesn't just look fancy, but it actually provides that transformation effect. If you can do that, you can sell your knowledge and your skills to people that need it, right? And so that's one aspect of it. So the other aspect is, do you actually have knowledge? It might not be anything you're passionate about, but maybe you do something for work, for example. Maybe you've been doing a job for the last 5-10 years and you don't particularly enjoy it, but you've got an incredible skill set. Again, that's also something you can package up and sell, because there's, again, other people willing to pay for that information to speed up their own journey. So this is why I love digital products, because you can essentially create a product around your passions, around your knowledge, and around your skills. And in doing so, you can create a crazy high profit business model that you can run from anywhere in the world. Like, if you think about the way digital products work, so for example, you have a digital product that lives on the internet or lives on your sales page on the internet, right? Online. When a customer places an order, when a client signs up to your your program, your community, whatever the thing you're selling is, they can essentially access it straight away. There's no distribution, there's no fulfillment like there is with physical products. And this is the fantastic thing, because you can literally work from anywhere, global, as long as you have an internet signal, right? And a laptop of some sort, and perhaps a camera. If you've got those things, there's nothing stopping you from moving countries, working from abroad when you're on holiday, traveling around and still making money, essentially. This is the beauty of digital products. It's a highly scalable, highly profitable business model that allows you to help people in return for money, right? We're building a business, we're providing value, and we get money as a byproduct of the help that we put out there. And this is why it's one of my most favorite business models right now, because there's never been this opportunity where we can essentially create a personal brand around our passion, just creating content for social media, and ultimately using that as our means of getting traffic onto our digital product. So yeah, I mean, let's say, for example, you're extremely passionate about fashion. It could be the most random thing. Maybe you're really good at selecting clothes that complement each other. You're really good at putting outfits together. That in itself could be a digital product. You could turn that into some sort of program, coaching offer, where you help people learn how to dress better, that suits their body shape, suits their composition, suits their height, gender, and teach them I don't know much about it clearly, because I just wear this black vest everywhere, but you get the point. If you're good at that and you're passionate about clothing, shopping, putting outfits together, you could easily create some sort of product around that. Let me give you another example. So I know of someone who has a client who has a knitting program, right? She literally just teaches people how to knit. Such a niche thing, but you'd be super surprised how many, middle-aged women, maybe slightly older women, want to learn how to knit, or maybe they already do knitting, but they just want to be part of a community or some sort of program where they can further develop their skills. And, let's say, for example, you're really good at knitting, and you can essentially put like a video course together, some sort of program. Maybe it could just be a community, and once a week you all meet up on a Zoom call and you just do knitting together. Like literally just sit there for an hour doing knitting. And obviously you charge entry to be part of that community, right? You have a subscription based model where you put community together, and you get people in. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be knitting, obviously. It could be any random niche that you're experienced in, or you have some sort of passion you're passionate about, right? So yeah, I mean, this is like, it's just so many different things that you can think of. And when someone says to me they don't feel like they have the knowledge or they don't have the skills, they're just not thinking deep enough. Everyone has knowledge and everyone has skills. You just need to really think about what that is. You need to dive into what you're good at, start jotting things down. If you literally made a list of everything you do in your life, or everything you've done over the last 10 years, in terms of whether you've been to college, university, what you did for work, what you do as a hobby, what you do as a sport, what you do as a passion. It could be anything. It could literally just be like you love watching movies, right? I'm sure there's an avenue there that you could create a digital product around. So yeah, the point is just make a list of all these different things that you've done over the last 5-10 years time, and start looking for examples where you've got something there that potentially people will pay to learn, and speed up their progress, shortcut their transformation, which obviously you can come in, package this up, and then offer that as your solution. The solution to their problem. The problem they're having right now is they're in a rush, they're impatient. They want to learn this thing. They don't want this thing to take 5 years. You've got the answer to this thing that's going to speed up that process, and they're going to learn it in 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm exaggerating slightly, but that's really as simple as it is, guys. So just when you're thinking about picking a niche, Just think about, how can I do something? How can I build a business around knowledge that I already have, knowledge that I've already spent a lot of time learning, that I can now sell as a product? That's literally it. And that's really it for this video, guys. I just wanted to touch on, selecting your niche and how important it is to ideally choose something you're passionate about. Don't get me wrong, you can choose, a business or an idea that you don't necessarily enjoy. There's a lot of money to be made, of course, but it's not just about money. It's about enjoying, waking up on a Monday morning and the rest of the week, actually finding it, exciting, going to work and building this business. That's the key thing for me. You want to wake up every day actually enjoying what you're building. So if you need any more help with this sort of thing, I've got my free community. It doesn't cost a penny. Click the link in the description. I'd love to see you in there. Share me any ideas that you have, any feedback, and I'll help in any way I can to help you build this business. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow it. We're currently on 179 subscribers, so we've gone up 5-6 subscribers since the last video, so it's looking promising. So let's see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.